Welcome back to another Algebra 1 video, and today we're going to be going over the basics of functions. So let's begin. So right here we have an example of a function. We have the function f of x equals 2x squared plus 3. Now the name of this function, as we see, is f of x, right? This is what we're going to call it. And whenever we have a function or any name of the function, so things like f of x or g of t or whatever, they're all going to equal the variable y, right? So this function, f of x equals 2x squared plus 3, that also equals y equals 2x squared plus 3, right? These two are going to be the same. And how functions work is that you input a variable, right? Or you input a number into the x variable right here, right? And then once you input that number, you're going to find the corresponding number here, or corresponding variable. You're going to input that number here. And this right here, this is going to be like an instruction or like a rule in order to manipulate that number and turn it into another number, right? So you're going to put the input, and once you plug it into this equation or this expression here, you're going to get an output, right? So input goes in here, and once you input that input number or that input value into the x, you're going to get the output, right? So let's go over an example. Let's say using this function right here, we had f of 2, right? And we want to find f of 2. So when x is equal to 2, what does y equal? So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in 2 wherever the x is, right? Simplifying that, we're going to get, so 2 squared is 4. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8, plus 3, 11, right? So when x is equal to 2, y equals 11, right? And we can set it up into a table here, right? So we have x, y, so when x is 2, y is 11, right? So those are kind of the basics, right? But once we have this, we can also start graphing. So let's say we have the coordinate plane here, right? We'll go to 2, 11. Let's say roughly here, right? And we can continue to add inputs, right? So let's say we want to find f of 0, right? So it would be 2, 0 squared plus 3. 0 squared is just 0 multiplied by 2, which is 0 plus 3. So when x is equal to 0, y equals 3, and that would be right here. And let's try x equals negative 2. So we have a negative, the 0, and a positive input value. So when f is equal to negative 2, right, 2 negative squared plus 3, right? Negative 2 squared is just 4, multiplied by 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So when x is equal to negative 2, y is equal to 11. So that would be roughly here. And we can graph the parabola like this, right? So that's the basics of functions right here. That's a function is just an input value. You put it into whatever equation it has in order to get the output value. And you can then use those values and those input numbers to create a chart like this right here in order for you to graph it. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below. And I hope you guys liked the video.